What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Hollie Mayes, the Entrepreneur-ologist. Listen, I get it. This is my first show, actually. Yeah, it's my first show. Okay, cool. So we have started a new vlog, man. I'm sure you guys have heard, Dr. Hollie Mayes podcast. Man, this is surreal, I guess. Oh, cool, man. But listen, man, I just want to jump on and I want to bring you guys some business tips, man, from my perspective. I know there's so many different perspectives when it pertains to business, but I wanted to make sure that you guys kind of heard from me because I've done business one of two ways. I've done it legal way, illegal way. Just being honest with you. And some principles I have interchanged. Just being real with you. So I want to share some of those principles with you. And today, what we're going to be talking about, what are we getting in today? We are getting in how to grow your business on social media. How to grow your business on social media. Listen, I actually did a blog on drholliemays.com, so you guys check it out if you get a chance. But on that blog, I was talking about the 5 ways that I use to conquer social media. And I was using my church as an example, but I still, I put it out there and I thought it was pretty cool, for you guys. But listen, I'm just going to talk about a few things that I did, man, to grow my business on social media, and I pray that it helps you guys. The first thing I did is I kept it super simple, man. And guys, forgive me, man. I'm not going to put up a whole bunch of graphs and all that stuff, man. I'm just not that guy. I'm a content guy, so forgive me if I'm not. I'm working on it. But number one is I kept it super simple. I noticed that everybody was doing everything like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, all these things. And, bro, there's just a lot going on for me, and I just wasn't that guy. So I made sure that I kept it simple. So the only 3 things that I used Instagram, Facebook, and what else did I use? YouTube. That was the only thing I used. And, the reason why those are the only thing I use is because they are super duper duper simple. And I'm going to kind of go over all 3 of them, how each one of them helped my business. Okay, so the first one, once again, that I want to go over is Facebook. Okay, I want to go over Facebook. Facebook was extremely easy for me because it kept me talking with a lot of different people. Okay, Facebook allowed me to do something I've never been able to do, and that's get in touch with a lot of people. Okay, you can actually go friend people on Facebook, and really, yeah, you got to wait for them, but while you're waiting for them to answer your friend request, get this, you can actually go message them. So even though they may not be your friend at the time, you can still send them a message. And I'm gonna tell you what I did with my business. What I did was I went and you can go in the search engine and you can say, hey, entrepreneurs or entrepreneur groups or churches, whatever the case may be, and it'll pull up a list of people, and you can go to them and messenger. And I'm not sure if this is legal on Facebook or not, but I did it. I went in there and I messaged people and said, hey, listen, my name's Dr. Hollie Mayes. I'm getting ready to start this type of business, and I want your support. I'm not asking you to buy anything. I'm just asking that you at least check out the page. And if you like it, tell me what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like about it. Thank you. And I made $10,000 my first month doing that. Okay. Now I was resilient with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a hustler. So, let me see. I got 3,000 people on Facebook. I might have messaged 1,500, and that took me a while. But if I was on a job, I realized I would be on a job from 9 to 5 or whatever, doing something I probably absolutely did not want to do for people that I, really didn't want to do it for. So me spending 2 or 3 hours, trying to promote my business from the comfort of my own home really wasn't a big deal for me. And I did that every single day for 30 days. I did it repeat people and everything. It got to the point where people were telling me, hey, the only reason I responded because I got tired of you messaging me. Okay, and I get it. Some people may say, hey, that's redundant, but it just is what it is. That's the way I learned to do business. Is either you're going to do me one or 2 things, and this is in sales because I have a sales background. Either you're going to tell me no, or you're going to tell me yes. Okay, I'm either way. I'm good. If you tell me no, great, no problem. But that don't mean just because you told me no today, you're going to tell me no 3 weeks from now, or 3 months from now, 3 years from now. So I may mark you off today just to do a follow-up call with you in 3 months. That's just the way that is with me. Okay, so I use that as a way to grow my Rolodex, so to speak. And I don't mean an actual Rolodex. I mean, hypothetical Rolodex. Okay, but that's how I grew my platform. Okay, that's how I went from Instagram from 200 to 10,000 because I was resilient in making sure that I do that. Now, once again, I realized that there's restrictions on Facebook, but I didn't use Facebook for a ton of things. I didn't comment on everything. I may go look at stuff, this, that, and the other, but I wasn't active on Facebook to comment. I was strictly on Facebook for business purposes, to grow who I was and to grow my platform. That's the only reason I was on Facebook. So if I commented on something, it was, hey, hey, I thought this was a great post, man. Would love to collab with you. Here's my Instagram. Here's my YouTube channel. Here's my website. Hey, hit me up, comment. Would love to talk to you about what you just talked about. So I didn't make it just about me. I wanted to talk about what you were talking about. And let's see if we can interchange ideas. And I learned that in Facebook. You can't just talk to people about what you want to talk about. You got to find out, wait, hold on, what brings us a common interest? If you're talking about social injustice, great. Hey, I want to talk about social injustice as well, but I want to talk about your perspective. And as we talk about your perspective, I'm sure I'll have an opportunity to talk about my perspective. But I never talk about it on conversation over a phone. We'll be on a platform. So we'll use Facebook Live. That's another thing I use Facebook for, was Facebook Live. Because I can get tons of people on Facebook Live just by inviting people and telling people to share it. Hey, I need you guys to share it. And people love being involved. No matter what you do, people love being involved. So that was a way that I really grew my business on Facebook. With Facebook, was really getting other people involved, really being resilient with reaching out to people, letting them know what I'm trying to do, and collabing with people. I had no problem saying, hey man, just because you got a podcast don't mean I don't want to promote your podcast. Just because you have a clothing line don't mean I don't want to promote your clothing line. A lot of times we don't want to help other people, but we want them to help us. Absolutely not. Just give a little, take a little. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that's what I did on Facebook. The second thing I did, and this was huge, was really on Instagram. Okay, Instagram. Oh man, I can't even tell you how valuable Instagram was with me. Man, Instagram opened me up to a whole new world. It did. It opened me up to a whole new world, guys. Instagram allowed me to check out what people are doing on their day-to-day life that are celebrities. So, one of my biggest celebrities is T.I. I love his mind, love his businesses. Jay-Z, Pastor Jamal Bryant. These are people that you may not like them personally, but from a business perspective, those guys are on top of the game. I don't think anybody would deny that. So I got a chance to kind of dip into their world by just looking at their Instagram. Because Instagram are short stories or short pictures that let me know, hey, this is what I'm doing at the moment. So, and it stays there. So I could go day by day on what you were doing, and I get a chance to figure out what you like or dislike. I'm going to give you an example. So, say for instance, like T.I. So, I have a clothing brand called Appointed Apparel. Now, it is a Christian brand, but it's saying some really great things. And one of the shirts, like I got on there, it says Appointed, Anointed, and Elected. Okay? And I sent him 10 of these shirts. Didn't want you to pay for it, just want to send you 10 of these shirts, let your family wear them, this, that, the other. And guess what? He ended up putting it on. So, it allowed me to find out what it is you like or dislike, and be able to take my shot. I didn't do the DM thing or none of that because everybody's in the DMs. He gets 12,000 comments on one little post, and I wasn't fit to do that. It also allowed me to be able to know what he's doing next, whether you are on a live or whatever. So I got a way to get connected with that. But Instagram was huge. Also, what I did with Instagram was boost. I think that's what it's called. No, it's called promote. Promote. and I could promote through Instagram probably $5 a day. So for $25 in a 5-day span, I could reach 6 million people. That was huge for my business. For my brand, that was just huge. And you do that consistently. I mean, it's $100 a month. I'm sure we spend $100 a month on much worse things than promoting our business. So that was huge for me. Okay, but those were the two things I did on Instagram. Once again, I kept everything super simple. Super simple. I was not a social media guy. I don't have a social media staff. I do not. I do everything on my own dime, and I do everything for myself. And I had to do it to where I could manage it. Now, when my business gets big enough to where I could go pay somebody else, that's different. But I always want to keep everything simple. I like foundational things, and that's what I did with Facebook and Instagram. I kept everything foundational. Now, when I got everything kind of handled on on Instagram, then it made it easier for me to do what I'm doing now, which is go, to YouTube. And when I went to YouTube, that's when, everything kind of came together. Because now I learned through YouTube, I could just filter everything out. So if I want to sit up here and let you know what I'm doing, I could tape it on YouTube like I'm doing now. And then once it's done on YouTube, all I got to do is just send it back out to my Facebook people and my Instagram people. And guess what? Voila. Everything that they click on now affects my views on YouTube. And that was huge for me. But I had to first grab a following on Facebook. I had to first get a following on Instagram. And now that I got them, guess what? I didn't have to try so hard to build up my views and my following and my subscribers on YouTube. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, man, y'all give us some thumbs up, man, for real. Y'all give us some thumbs up, some likes. Make sure in the comments, man, you tell me what you like, what you dislike. Tell me some things that you used. I'm good at business. I'm great at growing business. But hey, I'm not a social media guru. But these little small principles, just by keeping them simple on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, man, that's really what helped my business take off. The second thing I did to make sure that my business took off dealing with social media is I made sure I was consistent. I made sure I was really consistent. Okay? Man, let me tell you something. I am not the most, let me say this. I wasn't the most consistent person. I was a very big procrastinator. Okay? My wife will tell you in a minute that, hey, listen, I'm not the best at doing things on a timely manner. Okay, I'm getting better, so y'all don't judge me. But I was consistent. And I learned to be consistent, watch this now, by keeping a timer or setting a reminder on my phone. I got 3 phones, okay, and I got an iWatch, an Apple Watch, and all these devices. And I put timers on all of them. So I got a timer at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever it is. I got timers to do these things because I need to be consistent. So I bring my vlog to you guys the same time every Tuesday and Friday. I bring my podcast to you guys on Spotify and Apple Podcast and Google Podcast every Monday at 11 o'clock. Boom, it's dropped already. You can go get it on that the YouTube video of it is downloaded on YouTube. Everything is done at the same time. I bring you guys Dr. Hollie Mayes Uncut every Monday starting next week at 11 o'clock. But that's because I was consistent. I didn't do a lot of live videos. I might have did a live video every now and then. But as far as my shows go, I was consistent. I didn't do a lot of posting. Not on Facebook. My posting came on Instagram. That's when I did a lot of posting. But if I posted, I knew I was not going to post 3-4 times a day. I just wasn't going to do it. I'm way too busy. So I made sure I posted at least once a day. Okay? And that post could be excerpts of the vlog. That post could be excerpts of a Facebook show or whatever the case may be. But I posted once a day. I knew I could be consistent posting once a day. And that's what you got to really do. You got to make sure that you are consistent in what you're doing. And I promise you, social media will respond favorably to you. Okay? The next thing you got to do is learn to be short. Okay? Learn to be short. Listen, folk don't like it. reading all your stuff. I mean, golly, break it up. Go with part 1 and part 2 and part 3. Learn to do that. Learn to have volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. Quit trying to give them everything at one time, like they're not coming back. No. Give them a reason to come back, and I had to learn that. So I may do part 1 of my vlog, a part 2 of a vlog. Instead of doing a 30, 45-minute vlog, I may do a 15, 20-minute vlog, and I'm done. All right? So those were the 3 things, and I'm going to put them up for you guys. Those were the 3 things, man, that I did to really boost my business. Once again, it's not super difficult, man. It's not. But the biggest thing is number 2, being consistent. If that's the time you're going to do it, you know, every Tuesday or whatnot, that's what you're going to have to do. Okay? And no matter what's going on, you're going to have to do that. Okay? You're going to set a time. I got kids. I bring my daughter with me. Say hi, Hallie. You hear my daughter? She say, hey. I bring my daughter with me. It doesn't matter. If I'm going to drop a video every single day or whenever I'm going to do it at 1 o'clock, whatever, that's what I'm going to do. And if I got to pack the kiddos up, guess what? That's what I'm going to do. Because when I was hustling in the street, it didn't matter. If I was going to the block, I was going to the block. Point blank, period. If I got to go to work on my 9 to 5, I got to go to work on my 9 to 5. It don't matter whether I got kids or not. Because that's how we eat. So you got to take on that same mentality when it comes to growing and developing your business. Your business, that's why I love being an entrepreneur, because, hey, listen, it's on you. If you failed, it's on you. If you didn't make it, it's on you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I was so, I've been successful. That's why I'm going to continue to be successful, because it's all a grind. That's what it is. So listen, man, I appreciate you guys for rolling with me, man. I am going to encourage you guys, make sure you check out Bishop Chronicles podcast every single Monday on Spotify, on Google Podcast, on Apple Podcast, and any type of podcast platform that you can think of. Check out Bishop Chronicles podcast, especially if you are in the ministry or you having ministry issues. All right? If you're having problems at your church, I promise you I got a podcast to help you out, guys. But listen, I love you guys with the love of the Lord, man. I thank you so much. Do me a favor also. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dr. Hollie Mayes Network. All right, we got a whole network of information, man. I am a plethora of information, especially as it pertains to business, okay? But once again, I love you guys with the love of the Lord. Remember to uplift Christ wherever you go, and do me a favor. Make the rest of your day the best of your day. God bless you guys.